So that brings us into the third week.
Yeah.
Which I think is the 29th through the 2nd, right?
Correctamundo.
Okay, so that brings us into March the 29th, Monday. And the show opens at Forrester. And Brooke and Katie are discussing Flo and like what they did and just recapping.
Mm-hmm.
And Ridge walks in. And he's very shocked that they gave Flo the Logan name.
Yeah, he's questioning it. Like, pardon?
Yeah. And I think he's thinking, I think at this moment he's even thinking, I wonder if Brooke really wants to do this.
He knows she don't.
Yeah, I think he sees that she feels kind of pressured. But it's for her brother. I get that. I have a big brother, so I get that. Sometimes family can be quite difficult. Now we head over to Spencer. And basically, Flo and Wyatt are just gushing. Okay, they're just... what's the word, Chelsea? They're like exuberant. Like, I'm trying to think of the word. They're just like all gushy. That's the best I could say.
They're drunk in love?
Yeah, exactly. Lovey-dovey.
Lovey-doveys. Oh,
yeah, they're so excited about their future.
I know, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, he stole all the thunder about the Logan name. Now she can't even be pumped about it.
True.
Not that I'm pumped about it, but whatever.
I don't like that they didn't consider Hope's feelings. I don't like that.
Yeah. They bring it up, too.
Yeah.
This week they bring it up like, Brooke brings it up like, I should probably tell Hope.
Yeah, I think she tells that to Ridge, but I can't remember. Okay, so those two decide that they need to go tell their mothers the news.
Mm-hmm. And lucky for them, they just so happen to be at the same place at the same time.
Yep. Oh, by the way,
Hi, Eric.
Get to see Eric. Yay, Eric alert.
Hi, I love Eric. How are you? How's it going? Why you take Quinn back? Okay, bye. At this point, like I said, it's like the whole Katie Bill situation. Anything that Quinn does at this point on, I'm sorry, I can't feel sorry for you anymore, Eric.
You know, I feel like he took her back because he loves her, but I feel like he's on guard now. So it's not going to take much. Like, if he knew what she did this week, even, he'd be mad about it. Because she's going against Zende for whatever reason. Because she's insane.
My thing is, I don't know. I've lost my trust. I've lost my trust in his sanity.
Yeah. Well, at least we got to see him for a minute.
Yeah.
So we're at the Forrester mansion, and Quinn is telling Eric that she has a visitor coming, and of course it's Shauna.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they say best friends one more time, I'm gonna scream.
Well, scream, girl, because they're gonna keep on.
She said best friends like 1,000,000 times, but that's okay. I'm gonna let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, really. So Shauna comes in and they just talk about how Quinn feels so bad for the way she treated Shauna. Like kicking her out and accusing her of wanting Eric. And basically they make up again, which I thought they had already made up, but they make up again. So they start talking about Flo and Wyatt. And how they don't know what the heck's going on. And Quinn says something that it did make me laugh. Quinn was like, I've been leaving them alone because I felt like they needed a break from me. And I was thinking, you think?
You're right. I know. I was like, ooh, did they just jinx them? Because, like, they're talking about how in love they are or whatever. And like, I think it was Quinn says it. It was like, yeah, so we have nothing to worry about. And then they both kind of looked at each other like, huh. So I was like, oh, did you just jinx it?
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. They're a little too happy.
Right. I agree. Something's got to happen. So, because you know what? Nobody's ever that happy on this soap opera.
Nope, never.
Okay, so Wyatt and Flo come in the house and they're like, oh, no wonder y'all are together. And they tell them the news, and these two lose their mind. I'm talking, guys, if you didn't get to see it, they're jumping up and down like 12-year-old girls.
But they don't hug each other,
No.
which is weird because they totally would have been hugging, jumping up and down. But okay.
Yeah. So they're jumping up and down, and they're like, oh my God, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do this, we're going to get married here. And like if it's their wedding. And then they're like, oh, and we're going to have kids. And I was just laughing. I was like, calm down. Okay? You know you ain't having no destination wedding. You know you're going to have about 5 people in that living room. Okay? So stop.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how Monday ends.
Bye.
All right. So that brings us in to Tuesday, the 30th. I think we have another crack in the door today, or this week. That's a lot of crack in the doors.
There's a lot of cracks. Lots of cracks.
That's a lot of cracks, dude. There's a lot of cracks in this show. Okay, so the show opens at Forrester.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in the little design office with Thomas and Hope and Douglas. And by the way, love seeing Douglas, little Henry. He's adorable. Basically, they're just, gushing over him like he's so cute because you can't help it. He wants to be a designer like his dad. He drew this design. It's adorable. And then it gets awkward because he asked... He asked, where's Liam? Okay. And then he says, well, if Liam's moving out, does that mean Daddy's moving in? And I was like, this is getting awkward. So they're like trying to explain to him that Liam's moving out, but it's temporary. And like, to a kid, he's like, yeah, like he's moving out, you move in. Like, what's the big deal?
Yep.
Yeah, I felt bad for Hope because she was like already sad,
Yeah.
Now we head across the hall into the main office, and Ridge is talking to Brooke. Katie's not there, okay? And he's asking her, did you feel pressured? Like, did you want to do this? And she just says she's not really there. Honestly, like she's not there to forgive Flo just yet, but that she does feel like she had to do it for her brother. Basically, that's how she feels. She's still real sus.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And of course, they talk about how they have kids, they love each other, they can't let this come between them. Their normal conversation they have like every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they're discussing just everything. And Thomas does come up. And this is when it starts getting like, because she needs to tread lightly.
Mm-hmm. When she is driving a bulldozer.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Ridge is like, you have to see that he changed. Like, you can't sit there and say that he hasn't changed. And she does see it, but she's still really leery.
Yeah, because the way he talks is creepy.
It is. Okay, so Brooke and Ridge are talking, and honestly, it kind of is escalating a little because, again, like Chelsea said, Brooke needs to pull it back. But instead, she's like full force. She even says, like, I don't want him around my daughter. And it's like, ooh, okay. So meanwhile, while this is going on, though, Hope has had a conversation or is having a conversation with Thomas. And the only thing you need to know is that Thomas is telling her, I promise I changed, blah, 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 blah. Right? So then he leaves the office with Hope and he hears Brooke and Ridge kind of arguing. And so he's eavesdropping at the door. And here's the thing. He hears this because this is what Brooke's saying as he's listening. She says, if your son thinks that he can have a future with my daughter, that damn well will
not happen.
Yeah. Why did she say it weird?
I don't know. It was weird. Like I had to go back and was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Why? This is what I wrote down. If your son thinks he can have a future with my daughter, that damn well, that will never happen. What?
Yeah, damn well will not happen.
Okay, there we go. And so Thomas hears all of this. And that is how Tuesday ends.
Dun, dun, dun.
So that brings us into Wednesday, which is the 31st. And Thomas is still eavesdropping. And Ridge is now mad. Okay? Like it's getting heated. And Ridge is like, I thought you were going to give my son a chance. And Brooke is like, look, I have no problem with him working here, right? I have no problem with the co-parenting, but I feel like he's still obsessed with my daughter and I don't want him around her. And Ridge is like, now he's really getting mad and he's like, that's impossible. Like they have a kid together. So Thomas is hearing all of this and he walks in. And you know that look whenever you realize that somebody was listening?
Mm-hmm.
They both had that look like, oh, crap.
Yeah, she was caught. She was like, because they immediately ask him, too, like, how long were you there? What did you hear?
Yeah. Because I hate that. You know how, like, if you're, you say, like, you're with a group of friends or whatever, and y'all are in, like, a little tiff, or you're just, it might not even be a fight. You're just trying to talk about something privately. And then you look up and realize that, like, everybody stopped what they're doing and are, like, listening. And you're like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing. So basically, Thomas says that he understands why Brooke is so protective and suspicious of him and why she wants him, away from Hope and blah, 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 blah. He's being nice about it at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ridge gets called away and he leaves. So we have Brooke and Thomas alone.
Mm.
And once they're alone, it definitely gets more heated.
Yeah. She wasn't really holding back on that. She was like, telling him exactly how she feels about it.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised.
And he was all like, wait, no, you were just saying. And she's like, I don't give a crap what I was saying when your dad was here. I don't trust you.
Yeah, pretty much. She was like, I'm trying for your dad, okay? But here's how it really is. Right?
Pretty much. And
he's like, at first, this was so weird because at first he's nice about it. But then he's not after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it gets kind of more heated. And he's just getting agitated too because she's like, you will not be with Hope. And she even says, I am warning you. You will never be with my daughter. See, this is making me nervous. Because on soaps, when they say never, it means it's going to happen. And when they're super happy, it means something bad's going to happen. I'm worried about it. Because I don't want Hope with Thomas. To me, that's very unrealistic.
Yeah.
Because I can forgive you for betraying me and doing something like that. But I'm never going to trust you enough to be, like, in love with you and have a relationship. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you be best stepfather after what you did to her. Like, no way.
Yeah, it's too much. Like, I don't know. You know how I feel about it. I feel like they ask too much of everyone all the time. It's like, I don't know. Some things you just can't forgive and forget, and these people just treat it like nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. So across the hall, Paris and Hope are becoming friends, apparently. And Paris is she's just so sweet. I think she's probably easy to talk to. And all these people need someone to vent to because look, I mean, let's be real. They're also involved in each other's lives. It's insane, right? So she's like an outsider to talk to, and no one wants to talk to Zoe. So, yeah. And basically, Paris just says, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here.
Yeah.
She wasn't pushy or anything. She was just like, if you need someone, like, I'm here. And she says, it seems like you and Thomas are good friends. And I was like, yeah, see, I don't like it. I don't like it. So Ridge enters the office and he is talking to Hope about Thomas. And when Paris leaves, and then honestly, the way Ridge was talking, it like confused Hope a little bit. Cause she was like, where are we going with this?
Yeah, because it kind of seemed like he was trying to hook him up.
It did. And she was like, are you trying to like get me with Thomas even though I'm married still? And I was like, yeah, are you?
I don't know. He walked in and he was just like, you guys are talking about Thomas? What are you saying? And they were like, oh, we were just saying, like he's a really good artist and blah, blah, blah. And then Paris is like, I got a jet. And then Ridge is just being like, I'm just so glad that you're talking good about him. And, don't forget that he really is trying and he has changed.
Yeah, it was weird. And then even Hope was just like confused about it. She's like, what?
Yeah. And then he mentions too, like, he's like, I'm glad to hear that, you see Thomas that way. Now I need help with your mom. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, he was like, basically he's like, I need you to help me convince your mom. And you know what? For a second, I got real nervous because I was like, does he have a death wish? Like, I was like, woo, Ridge that lost his mind. I was like, do you know what Ridge will do? I mean, Ridge, do you know what Brooke will do to you if she finds out you're in here trying to hook them up?
I know.
After what she just said. But then I was like, oh, okay, that's not what he's doing.
Yeah, they got me on that one for like half a second. I was like, wait, what's happening here?
I was like, oh my God, she's going to kill him.
Dead man walking.
Yeah, really. Would I help Ridge convince my mom that Thomas is good?
No, shut up.
Probably not. Yeah, it's kind of strange request. It's like them, oh, Hope, guess what? Flo's a Logan now. You have to forgive her. Excuse me, what? No, I don't.
Yeah. I know. And like Brooke was still going off. Like it was kind of a weird thing because, okay, I'm going to question this, guys, and whatever, be mad about it. But if Thomas was snooping at the crack in the door, how did Paris walk into Hope's office and not see him snooping at the door? Okay, just wondering. Whatever. Moving on. Oh my gosh, Brooke going off on him. One of the good parts though is because like she was letting him talk. And then he like somehow always makes the like conversation divert back to Hope. Yes. And Brooke was like calling him on that, like, see, it's that right there, because at this point it's getting hot. Meanwhile, Ridge is over there talking Hope's ear off like he's a good guy, and Brooke's over on the other side like, because she tells him like, look, it's that right there. Like, I was talking about you. I was complimenting you, and you still turn it around to be about Hope.
Yeah. Because she said, this don't have anything to do with Hope. Like, I'm discussing me and you, right? And then he keeps bringing up Hope. And yeah, she was getting heated.
Yeah, so it's all going down. Like, it's all confusing at the moment. We're like, what? Because, yeah, Brooke's like, F around, find out. Because.
Yes, she is. That was funny.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that happened on this day is that over at Spencer,
Oh, yeah.
Bill is telling Liam that he has to do whatever it takes. Like, if he has to hire Ed Sheeran, that was his exact words.
Yeah.
If he has to hire Ed Sheeran to parachute into the house and sing to her, then he should do that. Like, he should do whatever he possibly can to win her back before it's too late.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you're saving money on rent. Spend it on a celebrity.
why not?
Yeah, no, yeah, that was one of the things. I was like, Katie's favorite artist is Ed Sheeran? Okay. Because, like, Liam asked him Liam or Wyatt, I don't know, one of them asked him, like, how many times have you Sheeran to Katie? He's all,
Yeah.
1,000,000 times. Like, and Bill's also like, I know the Logans, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, he knows the Logans forgive cheating. So whatever. It's fine. Don't worry. Just keep trying. Just keep bugging her. She'll cave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's his advice.
Mm-hmm. And that is how Wednesday ends. That's everything.
Goodbye.
So that brings us into Thursday, April the 1st. And Ridge, okay, we're at Forrester, and Ridge is still talking to Hope, and that's basically the whole thing. Like, we don't need to take a bunch of time. Basically, he's advocating, is that the right word, for Thomas, and trying to get Hope to help him out with Brooke. He just wants Brooke to cut Thomas some slack, basically.
Yeah, not going to happen.
No, because in the other room, Thomas is showing his true colors, is he not? So if you go across the hall, their conversation is getting really heated. And I think, in my opinion, Thomas is crazy, or his obsession at least is coming out a little.
Yeah, he's feeling the pressure.
Yeah. And I agree with her. He did keep bringing up Hope constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells him, I'm not comfortable when you talk about Hope.
Yeah, because it's the way he talks about her.
Yeah. So then Ridge comes in, and he hears Brooke saying, I just want you to keep your distance, blah, blah, blah. And let Hope and Liam reunite. And, their argument is pretty heated at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So Ridge says, look, why can't you just give him a chance? Like, just give him a break. And Brooke says, look, I'm going to go and I'm going to let you guys talk. And she takes off because she don't want to answer that.
She's like, I'm out.
Yeah, it's not that she doesn't want to. It's that she doesn't understand how just because he got his surgery does not mean, what about all the stuff he did before he hurt himself? Like, before he had a head injury. What about all that stuff?
Yeah, Ridge is just getting it from both ends, because whenever she talks about the Liam Hope stuff, Brooke always brings up the Steffi thing. And so it's kind of like, hey, your daughter's a whore and your son's a psycho, and they're both trying to ruin my daughter's life. Like, that's her mindset on it, Ridge. Like, that ain't getting it.
And you know what? I'm sorry to all the fans out there, but she's not completely wrong. Like, her son and his daughter, his son and his daughter have hurt her daughter multiple times, over and over. Okay? And her daughter is not lashing out and hurting them necessarily, although she has hurt Steffi, okay?
Yeah, it's one of those situations. He's going to defend his kids till the very end, and she's going to try to protect her daughter till the very end. So this is like a nowhere to go situation.
Yeah. And it was just making me nervous because after Brooke leaves, right? Ridge is frustrated. And he's like, I just wish she would listen to me. But I do get that she's trying to protect her child. And then this happened. Thomas starts bad mouthing Brooke. And I was like, uh-oh, this is bad.
Oh, yeah. Just just said that Brooke has always been trying to put a wedge in their relationship. I'm like, ooh, call her salad. Put on that blue cheese because she is a wedge. Sorry.
Yep, that's a good one.
Pass me the bacon bits. Be all up in it.
Yeah, definitely. Now I want a salad.
I never.
It's dinner time. I'm starving.
All right, Marvin.
So basically, I know I say that a lot, huh? I'm going to take that out. So ultimately.
Oh my God.
I was trying to think of another word that I could use instead of basically. Because I do say that a lot. But I'm just trying to the point of the story. I'll just say that. All right. The point of this whole thing is that I'm scared. I feel like Thomas is getting right back into his I hate Brooke. I'm going to try to drive a wedge between Brooke and my dad. And he started with all that. Nothing's changed. She's always trying to separate us. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. Bridge didn't even take up for her either. That made me. Okay, here's the next part that we've been waiting for. So now we're going to go across the hall. And guess what? We finally get a Hope and Flo confrontation.
Awkward.
Very awkward. Flo walks into the office and she just stops. Like she just, right? And it looks like she don't know whether to walk in or walk out.
Oh, hey, weird seeing you here in the office that everyone shares.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? So she's like, oh, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Should I just avoid you? And blah, 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 blah. And Hope definitely had an attitude. Because she was like, I'll do whatever it takes. And Hope was like, oh, you'll quit your job? And I was like, oh.
Dude, Hope's eyes were squinty. They were like shooting butcher knives. Like, she definitely her mother's daughter in that moment. Because she was like,
And she said, oh, I love Hope when she is like spicy. Or like, when she's like feisty or whatever. Because she straight said, I loved it. Because Flo goes, I know that I have no right to ask for you to forgive me. Like I can't even talk. I have no right to ask you to forgive me. And Hope goes, but let me guess, you'll ask anyway? I was like, ouch. I loved that. That was so good.
I'll get some mustard because I know that hurts. I'll get it for you, girl. Hold on.
And then, of course, she's like, I'm so sorry. I'll do whatever I can to make it up. And then, of course, she throws it in Hope's face like, I just want a chance. The way that you gave Zoe and Thomas a chance. And Hope's like, oh, you could see her getting so angry. Like, oh, don't you throw that in my face. Like, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that might not be the right approach. I'm like, how about everybody stop asking Hope for forgiveness and just let her come to it on her own? How about that?
You know what? Why don't everybody leave Hope the hell alone? That poor girl has enough going, geez.
Right. She was looking at Flo like, you are the last thing on my mind.
Yeah. Like,
Why?
I don't have
Like,
time for this.
and I thought, I thought that Flo was going to spill the beans about the name thing because she was like talking about like, oh, and the Logans, you guys have accepted me as a Logan and blah, blah, blah. But she didn't come right out and actually say anything about the name paperwork. But she was kind of dancing around it to where I was like, oh, wait, Hope doesn't know that.
Right.
Is she about to spill the beans?
I feel so
Mm-mm-mm.
bad for Hope. Because Hope is the one person that actually doesn't hurt. Like, she doesn't hurt people. She doesn't want to hurt people. She doesn't set out to hurt people. Sometimes people may get hurt, like when Liam chooses her over Steffi, but Hope herself is a really good person. And
Yeah.
it's so infuriating that she's the one who always gets hurt.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move on because y'all know why. Poor Chelsea. I don't even got to say it. You know where she's got to go.
Yeah.
And she is not happy about it today.
Nope.
Okay, so a little while later, Flo's gone and Thomas comes in and he's just chit-chatting with Hope. And basically now he's venting to Hope. I wish they'd leave her the hell alone. Okay, now Thomas is venting to Hope about how her mom won't give him a chance and blah, blah, blah. Poor Hope. If I was her, I'd be like, you know what? I really don't give two craps about all of you guys' problems. Okay? Get out. Anyway, he's just saying, I'll be there for you. The same thing. I'm not obsessed, I promise. Your mom thinks I'm evil, blah, blah. It's the same conversation. I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
Yeah. The creepiest part of what he said is like, my love will never waver. And I'm like, and that's why no one trusts you.
See, red flag, red flag.
The only thing we kind of missed, though, is that Brooke did pop over to Spencer to, like, give Liam a little, like...
Yeah, I was getting to that next.
Yeah, a little peppy talk. Was like, no. Because, like, Wyatt started out the episode 2 being like, you need to keep your eye on Thomas. And Liam kind of was making sense for once because he was like, no, like, it's not about anyone else. And me being all crazy about Thomas isn't going to help. Like, I just need to, focus on her and blah, blah, blah. And whatever, everything happens in the episode. Brooke pops over there and she's like, no, you need to worry about Thomas.
Yeah, it was actually kind of funny because we flip over to Spencer and again, another crack in the door. I was like, man, they're tearing it up. Because Wyatt is just telling him, dude, like, you need to watch your back, right? Like, Thomas is going to use this for his advantage. Like, you have got to keep your guard up. And Brooke she walks up and she's listening, right? So she hears, like, the tail end of it. And of course, because she's nosy, she's like, what's he talking about? What's he talking about? What y'all talking about? I was like, dang. But yeah, it was funny because Wyatt's telling him, hey, don't forget what I told you. Keep your guard up. And Brooke is literally there to tell him the same thing.
Yeah, Wyatt's like, it's coming from me, a reformed psycho who used to, do terrible things to people with my mom. I'm reformed, though, but I still have the spidey sense that this ain't good.
Yeah, not good. Oh, yeah. You remember when he stole that diamond to try to impress Hope?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. The good old days. That was the good old days whenever they could steal stuff and hug and kiss and
slap.
Yeah, slap and jump off boats together. Yeah, so pretty much Chelsea covered it. Brooke tells Liam, you must fix this. Like, I don't care what you do. You take action right now because he is gonna worm his way in.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about it because, like, part of me is like, yeah, you need to watch out for Thomas. But the other part of me is like, maybe Liam has a point. Like, if he goes all gung-ho, like, no, Thomas is evil, like that might just push her away. So, like, I don't know, Brooke, maybe you convince Hope that Thomas is trash and let Liam do his thing kind of separate. Just, I don't know.
Actually, I agree with you, and I agree with Liam. I think if he goes guns blazing against Thomas, that's the nail in the coffin, because that's the last thing she wants. Because it doesn't have anything to do with Thomas.
Yeah.
It has to do with Liam
being trash.
And the reason that he cannot seem to be faithful.
And keep it in his pants.
Mm-hmm.
Making kids all over town.
You know what? If that is how you act, maybe you should never drink again. How about that?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. And you know he drinks something weak like sake.
Probably had like amaretto and Coke.
No. He's veggie head, right? So he's like, Tito's and soda water. Because Tito's is organic.
Yeah, probably. Although he did eat that roast beef sandwich.
He did.
Wyatt was more freaked out about the sandwich than he was about the situation.
I was too.
So that brings us into Friday, the 2nd.
Woo! And yeah, Brooke is still coming on too heavy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she needs to reel that in. Reel it in, girl. Reel it in.
It's really hard to accuse someone of being obsessed and crazy when you're being obsessed and crazy.
Right? Oh, Brooke. I think at this point, Brooke is just trying to be helpful, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's borderline pushy. Like, I don't know. I was conflicted about it because she's telling her, oh, look, like he's trying so hard. You have to forgive him. He's sending all these flowers and food.
No, I don't.
You gotta forgive him. You gotta move past the pain.
No, I don't.
I knew you were going to say that. Now we head over to Spencer. And Liam is having another convo with Bill. Okay? And Bill's like, I'm glad that you're doing everything you can do. He says, you should just go to the cabin right now and talk to her. Like, just go. And Liam's just like, seriously? And he's like, yeah, who cares about work? And Liam looks at him like, what? Are you my dad? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. But yeah, so Liam is going to rush over to go see Hope.
Okay.
In the design office. Okay, we're going to go to Forrester now. And we're in the design office. And this, oh my gosh, I was livid. Okay, I love Paris. Okay, she's a little angel. Okay, on my shoulder, and this made me livid. All right.
Zoe walks in. She's like, oh, hey, what are you drinking? Something healthy, I assume. And Paris is like, yeah, it's like this smoothie, and it has antioxidants, and blah, 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 and water. It's what plants crave. You know, like doing that. Yeah. And she's like, I'll stick to my mineral water. Thanks.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then Paris gets a call or Paris stands up or gets a call or whatever. Anyways, and Zoe notices her dress and she's like, new dress. And Paris is like, yeah, Zende said that he has something special planned for us. Do. And like, of course, Zoe makes a face. So then Paris straight up asks her, like,
sorry.
Straight up asks her, ding, ding, are you jealous? Oh. Yeah, no, so she was like, are you jealous? And she's like, no. Woo. Crack in the door.
Yeah. That was funny, by the way.
Yeah. Quinn is listening in.
Oh yeah, Quinn is. Oh god, I don't even want to. Ew, I don't even want to get. Okay, here we go. So Paris basically says, "I'm sorry, because it's going good with Zende, and I'm sorry, it's not going to go with Carter, whatever." And she has to run because she gets called away. So Paris leaves, and Quinn comes in. And it's like, I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand I'm totally confused. Why is she helping Zoe? What is going on? Why does she care? I'm confused.
And that's what makes me mad too, because I'm like, okay, you have nothing to gain from this. You're literally just being evil to be evil. Like, you don't even have a horse in this damn race. What are you doing? Oh, you just see a way that you can, like, stir up a little trouble, and you think it's not going to come back on you because it's, really, what do you have to gain from it? Nothing. So this just shows again for the 5 millionth time that Quinn is just evil.
Yeah, so let me tell you guys, okay, really quick, in case you didn't get to watch it. So Quinn is aggravated because Zende has a special date with Paris at her house, okay, at Eric's house. She's upset because Eric asked her to please be scarce, like to go away and let them have their date in private. She's mad, feels some kind of way about it, and now she's going after Zende. Did she not learn her lesson the first time?
I don't really think it's that. I think literally she's just bored and causing problems.
Well, she she said that with an attitude. Like, she rolled her eyes and was like, can you believe, like, he made me leave?
No,
like, my own house.
No, that was just her lead-in. That was just her lead-in to bring up. Okay, so what happens? Whatever. Quinn comes in and she's being all like slick Ricky talk, like getting Zoe to open up about the situation because she's being like,
ooh,
so let me understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, so like explain to me. And she's like, well, me and Carter were together and then it was just moving so fast and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and Zende's attractive and it was overwhelming. Okay. Like getting her to talk, whatever. And then she doesn't fucking care. And then Zoe tells her, like, yeah, she's going to go actually over to your house tonight. And she was like, oh, yeah, Eric told me, to make myself scarce or whatever. And she's like, actually, what I went to do is to go pick up this. And she pulls out this bottle and she's like, oh, it's like some herbs and some this and that. It's for Eric's digestion. And then she goes, TMI, but the sounds that his body makes when he takes it, it's like blah, 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 blah. Basically saying that he gets bubble guts.
Ridiculous.
Basically saying it's like an herbal laxative, right? And at first Zoe don't get it, and she's like, okay, yeah, like, why are you telling me this or whatever? And then Quinn is like, like showing it to her, and she says some bull crap, and then she was like, well, I'm gonna step out of the room for a second. And I'm leaving this here.
Yeah. And so, of course, puts it right by her cup. Like, puts it right by Paris's cup and is like, I'm going to go to the restroom. I mean, I'm just going to leave you to do whatever you need to do. And I'm like, this bitch.
So, yeah. So she walks out for a hot second. And, of course, Zoe grabs the powder and puts it into Paris's drink.
And then here comes poor little unsuspecting Paris. Oh, hey, Zoe. All nice. I don't want to keep him waiting. And she drinks the whole drink. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
That was sad.
Yeah, I was like, you guys suck. And that's what makes me mad is Quinn has nothing in this. It's just purely to, like, fuck around.
Yeah, it's so that she's going to laugh, see? She's going to go home and laugh whenever Paris has to run out, and then she gets her house back and, like, she's just mean.
Yeah, she's just bored.
It's a mansion. Go to another wing.
Yeah, she's just being mischievous right now. So anyways, leave the devil.
You know what? I bet you she didn't want him to stay with him. I bet you any money. When Eric was like, "Oh, he's gonna stay with us, ain't you happy?" She was like, "Oh, ecstatic," but she really was mad because she didn't want him there for whatever reason. That's how I feel. I made that whole storyline up, but I don't care. That's what I think.
Because who's his parents? Who's Zende's parents?
Kristen, I believe. You remember Kristen, the blonde?
And Kristen, is Kristen Eric and Stephanie's daughter, or Eric and Brooke only have
Eric and Stephanie, I think.
Oh, okay. Just making sure, because I was like, oh, well, obviously, if his mom is Brooke's daughter, then of course. But no, I think that's through Stephanie. So never mind. Anyway.
Okay, so she freaking poisoned her, not for death, but to make her really sick.
Gave her bubble guts.
Yeah. Which is just, so infuriating. You know what? It makes me mad because it's like, what is wrong with you? It's like Zoe just blames her for everything. She didn't make you behave the way you behaved. Like, I don't know. It just makes me crazy.
Oh, that's what she said. I remember now, because Quinn tells Zoe, like, I can see it all over your face that you want to get even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now we're going to head to Brooke's house. Okay? And here's the main thing that you need to know. Bill and Liam rode together to Brooke's house. Bill went to Brooke's, Liam went to the cabin. Okay, so at Brooke's, Bill is there and he's saying, we have to do something to fix this because Liam is miserable.
Yeah.
And honestly, what can she say? She's like, I talked to Hope, but I'm going to tell you right now, it comes down to how Hope feels. And I don't know if she can forgive him or not. Like, she usually forgives everybody, but I can't guarantee it this time.
Yeah.
And Bill's like, this is horrible. Like, we got to fix it. And then he gets a drink. Okay, so just remember that. And then we go to the cabin. Okay. So Liam's there, and to be honest, he is breaking her down a little because she's like looking at all the flowers and all this stuff. And then he comes in and they're like googly eyed. I think he's like wearing her down. Like day by day, he's wearing her down.
And he did the dad thing. He went to go see the baby who's already in college and, you know, doing calligraphy. She's doing calligraphy in her room.
Yeah.
And so
calligraphy. And she's like, hi, Daddy.
Oh my gosh, that kid voice was so fake.
He's like,
yeah, Daddy. Oh, yeah, Daddy. Give me a break.
But so he does the whole dad thing, which she's watching on the monitor. So that was adorable, I'm sure. And then he comes back out. And honestly, he's good. Like, these Spencer men are good because he looks at her and he's like, nothing in my life. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I keep doing that. Nothing in my life matters without you. Nothing makes sense and nothing matters. And I was like, ooh, that's going to get her. Sure enough, they're googly eyed. They're looking at each other and Liam leans in and they kiss. And it was a sweet kiss. And I was like, finally, dang, we've been waiting for this forever.
And this is where Liam messed up because he should have just stayed in that moment. He should have just stared in her eyes and been like, I love you so much. I miss your kiss. I miss your touch. And just laid another one on her. But instead, he reminds her of everything that's happened by saying, this is the first time we've kissed since everything happened. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I hate you.
Yeah, he's like, this is the first time you let me kiss you. And I was like, way to go.
Yep.
Dummy.
Dummy. Why would you bring that up?
I don't know. That's such a good. And I was like, kiss her again. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, kiss her again. It's working.
I miss your touch. I love you. You're so beautiful. Na. Kiss her again.
Yeah, I was like, kiss her again. Hurry up. Oh my God. Why am I rooting for Liam? See, I can't help it, guys. I love him and I hate him at the same time. It's crazy.
It's not that I'm rooting for him. I just, love to point out when he's dumb.
Oh, which is most of the time.
Oh, yeah. But I think scene of the week, this one, it's got to go to Brooke when she tells Thomas, like, see, I was talking about you, and you turned it around to Hope.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I liked all of Brooke's scenes. Like, all of her scenes this week were really good.
Oh, yeah, she was
she
took her
needs to calm
vitamins.
down.
Vitamins. She did look like a sofa in that dress, but it's fine.
Yeah, but at the same time, I thought they've got her like in red, in bright red, bold, like I'm coming in here and I'm telling you what's what.
Yeah.
Because she straight up told Thomas, like, if you even have like the little tiny bit of any kind of little thought that you're going to be with Hope, forget it, because it ain't going to happen. I won't allow it. I was like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Good job.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah.
So that brings us to the end of the week. I will admit there was some good things, but there also was a lot of repeat.
Honestly, I feel this 3 weeks could have been done in 1 week, but okay.
And I'm going to be honest, guys. I got confused with the dates and I accidentally did Monday. So I can tell you it's going to get real good. Real good. You guys probably have already watched it by now when this comes out. But yeah, real good.
I haven't watched.
Okay, so that brings us to the end. I don't even want to say nothing because I was trying to avoid you getting on to me about watching it early. It was an accident.
I forgive.
Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, I'm not going to be on the YouTube show this week because like I said, I have motorcycle school Saturday and Sunday. I'm nervous, but also really excited. So I will not be on the show, but I'll be back in 2 weeks. So just so you know.
Yep.
But you should still watch it because I'm sure it'll be good. Make sure y'all get in touch with us with your stories because we have a couple more entries. And I think that's it.
Yeah, don't forget to side with me and say Liam does not look like Chris Pratt.
Rude. No, side with me and Tabby.
Whatever.
Okay, guys. Chelsea's got to go to work. We love you guys, and thanks for being patient. We'll get the next episode out as soon as we can. We hope you guys have a good week. Until next time, bye, guys.
Bye.